Hey everybody, Jared Jones, real estate broker, owner of Jones Group Real Estate here in Winter Garden, Florida. Also have flipped more than 200 homes, managed the flips, purchased them, resold them in the marketplace. Got a lot of experience in real estate with over 3,500 homes sold. So just to give you an idea of the expertise and kind of the opinion that's coming from the ideas in this video. So this video is for general contractors and builders, and there is a limited time opportunity in the market where you can make a lot more money right now. And I already know what you're thinking.
Hey, I'm already too busy.
I'm already intentionally halfway retired.
I don't want more responsibility. I don't need more supervision growth, hiring more managers. I don't need more workman's comp cost. Got good news for you. This is a scalable opportunity that is limited time, that is very lucrative, that will be very easy for you to bolt onto your business because it utilizes your most highly leverageable value, which is your license. So bear with me. The reason why this limited time opportunity even exists is because of the nature of the housing market right now. So what I'm speaking to is the fact that right now you have a ton of demand to buy houses all over the United States and Canada, but there's just no homes for sale. So if you've been watching the marketplace, home prices have been skyrocketing everywhere in the US. Why is housing in this position? Well, number one, COVID. People are afraid to put their house on the market. There's less for sale. There's seller resistance. On top of that, as builders are scrambling to replace the supply needs, they're running into problems with getting access to material. Crude prices have climbed. Steel prices have climbed. Lumber has doubled. The average cost of a home has bumped up some $24,000 on average per house to build, just because in the last year that material prices alone have put a huge challenge on builders from being able to build the amount of volume that they want.
Anything that's in the $200,000 price range is being sold within the first day. The homes that we're building now are from the 300s to 350s. Last year, before we started the development, we were going to sell those houses for around $275 to $290.
You heard him right. Holland said most new home prices are going up by $30,000 to $40,000 to help builders cover the cost of lumber. The price of lumber is up 180% from a year ago. Why?
Lumber yards shut down for the pandemic. We were all forced to shut down. Once the demand picked up, everyone's at home looking for a house, and the demand picked up. We had a 3 or 4 month period where we were not working or not producing material.
Add to that labor shortages.
So at the end of the day, the real opportunity is this. There is a massive imbalance in the amount of homes for sale and the amount of buyers that want to purchase them. There's just way more buyers and there's very little for sale. To give you an example of this, in Central Florida, I had 2 properties hit the market last Friday. One of those homes, the seller only allowed the home to be showed for 1 full day. Huh? And then maybe 2 hours the following day.
Damn!
That home has 72 showing requests on it for a single day's worth of showings. Almost 20 offers resulted, nearly all of them over asking price, some significantly higher. The second house wasn't even in that great condition. It was in the mid 300s. It was a 1,500 square foot pool home here in Central Florida. Had a lot of wear and tear. This property was on the market for a little more than 2 days. It had close to 90 showing requests, also nearly 20 offers, and it was gone instantaneously. Think about that. On 2 properties, you had a combined 160 people request to see 2 properties for sale, when there's nothing for sale in the area for these people to buy. So, general contractors, home builders, this is where the opportunity comes in for you. Right now, at the same time as this market plays out as I've described, in all of these marketplaces, there's a lot of residential investors, professional, cash-heavy home buyers who have nothing to buy, okay? So these are folks that, as a custom and as their profession, acquire homes and as is condition typically, that are in very bad shape, and they manage all the repairs themselves. So they got a ton of repair experience under the lid of a finished house. But they have a ton of cash in the bank and they have no deals to purchase. As a contractor, you may be saying, I'm already really busy, okay? Biden's been printing checks for everybody. They're running to Home Depot. I'm retiling floors. I'm doing little remodels here and there. I've got a list of work that I can't even get to. That's great. Keep all of it. But what I'm proposing is you have an investor who has cash, who can buy the land, who can acquire great property, who can do all the legwork on the checking of that property, the survey, the due diligence, who can then acquire the finances to build a property, not the typical mom and pop home buyer that's going to build a house and then be on your case about every little thing, but an actual seasoned buyer who then works the process at your side, doing a ton of legwork. In fact, all of it. You can just kind of segment that out. And then in turn, you get paid on the profit share of the entire transaction. Hear me out. Step one, the investor purchases a property. They pick a great piece of property that is buildable. They do all the due diligence and they get through the initial steps. Number two, you have a seasoned investor who's had tons of experience working with remodels. They've already got all the time in. They've already got people they know that do a lot of work from paint aspects, all these different areas on the remodel capacity, not as a builder. But that person is already in the line of going and showing up and making sure the home process is going underway day to day. So you don't need to hire a supervisor. You don't have to add workman's comp and a bunch of additional work employees actually staff under you. And why would an investor want to give you a share of the profit? Because they want the experience. Investors are in the industry already. They're already doing work on real estate, and having you by their side really to kind of be an advisory, obviously working the process under your guidance is a big value to them. But secondly, this aspect of building property in the marketplace will not really functionally work. The margins won't be where they should be if you were just doing everything. Okay, so basically, like, okay, I'm a contractor and I'm going to go to the site every day and I'm going to look it over everything, and you hire the foreman and you actually add all those additional costs and then charge a higher core cost to the investor. So the advantage of this is you're giving guidance, but you're also helping the investor bring the subcontractor costs way down, enhancing the value of the total deal, which makes it more appealing for the investor, so they can keep doing this. The other big thing is, remember, it's not a mom and pop build. That's a lot of the headaches with building a house, is then you become a contractor who then has to mitigate the typical home buyer who has all these emotional concerns and all these specific details that they're trying to work on you with. You get to skip all that stuff and have a methodical investor knowing what colors, the finishes that they need, and then the program is run. And the other thing is, we're building the same plan, most cases, over and over again. So you get to do this not just once, but time after time after time. Maybe in some cases, depending on the investor's cash capacity, you get to scale up 2 or 3 going at the same time. But they're all the same house. They're built in different areas and different infill lots, which makes the process much more efficient. Everybody knows what they're doing. It's much easier to manage that process. So again, we're talking about hefty margins. It's a huge opportunity because the marketplace is climbing. It is a closed opportunity if you're trying to run this as a general contractor, where you tell the investor, well,
I'm going to be on site every single day and I want to make all the, I want to make cost plus 20% and all this.
It just kills the deal. Like, the contractor is making a house. At the end, it'll be a retail priced house. And what we're talking about is actually making the process more efficient. You do less work. You make maybe marginally the same in some cases because the market's so good. Maybe in some cases slightly less, but you do a lot less work. And the reason I'm bringing this opportunity to you in the marketplace on YouTube in the first place is because I have a global reach. There's a lot of people watching my videos from all over the country. I have a lot of investors state by state that are looking for a place to put their money. So whether you're in Florida where I am, or you're throughout the country contracted to build homes somewhere else, and this type of opportunity is appealing to you, please reach out to me. I'm going to give you my email on screen. Email is the best approach that I would prefer for you to submit your information. Please also submit the type of license you have, the state that you are able to work in. Also, if you're in Canada, feel free to submit an email as well. I have a lot of partners in Canada. I know a lot of investors throughout the world, particularly in the North America, but also real estate brokers who have a lot of people in their database. All of us real estate brokers that are really producing a lot of business. I know a lot throughout the country. They have a lot of investors with cash. So we're looking for general contractors, residential contractors builder contractors with building licenses that are willing to join and partner on a build for a percentage of the profit. Okay. Now, the percentage of the profit is a range. Okay. So I don't want to go too much into this. It just depends on the value of the homes in the area. It depends on how much the investor is doing and what you would do. But most of these deals range from 15% to about 30% of the net profit of the transaction is what the profit share looks like. So it's a significant sum. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made in the marketplace, and this is a way to have more supply happen without, with making it easier on you as the contractor, because this is not the typical build. Okay, it's not the typical build. It's not the typical relationship with a customer that you will experience. It's a more of a systemic, commercialized process that isn't so emotionally draining. It isn't so, where you're going to have to expand to see a return. It's one where you actually can have almost a bolt-on feature to your current business that's going to expand your revenues in the year ahead. So if you are interested, reach out. Love to connect with you, and I'd love to get you connected with a great partner in your area to start this process to help home buyers get the homes that they need, because the market is sure thin. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great year ahead. Take care.